It is a great honor to introduce our special guest today. Mahlon Mitchell has been a firefighter with the City of Madison for 15 years and serves as the president of the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin. He became a crowd favorite very quickly last spring with his inspirational speeches that really spoke to the heart of the people that were there. He's become a voice for the people of Wisconsin and is currently running a fantastic campaign to become the next Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin. Please welcome Mahlon Mitchell.
Thank you. How we doing? All right. So should we do a chant? Have you guys done a chant yet? Like, show me what democracy looks like. Are you sick of that yet? No! Me neither, then. I see the firefighters over here. I didn't see you guys when I walked in, huh? West Bend Local 2025. Your bravest right here in West Bend. Thank you for having me. We've been on quite the journey. We're actually staying in Milwaukee for the last, I think, 3 days. But we've been all across the state still. But we kind of moved our office from Madison to Milwaukee for really the last week just because we're working hard at getting some communities that haven't voted in a long time actually out to vote so that we can win this thing, because that's more important right now. So, how about show me what democracy looks like? Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
What's disgusting?
Disgusting!
Good, good. I'm trying to throw you off there. So a couple of stories from the road. We actually did we'll talk about my opponent a little bit. How about that? Rebecca Clayfish. Oh, come on. We do. So we actually did a debate on Mike Goucher. Well, it was a joint appearance more than a debate. But something actually happened at Mike Goucher that none of you know, because it was taped. So our first segment, we got done taping the first segment, and then at the end of the first segment, we took about a 5-minute break, and she had coffee, I had some water, but she forgot that she actually unscrewed our coffee top off. So she actually went to take a drink out of her coffee and it spilled all over her dress. And then and once she realized that was spilling, she kind of flipped it up so that it would stop, and then it splattered all over her face and her coats. It wasn't good because it splattered all over me too. It got over Mike O'Shea, and it got the whole table just soaked with coffee. So I felt bad, so a couple of producers gave me a towel, and they were wiping it up, and I took a towel and I was wiping it up. And she said, well, you know what, Mahlon, that's good sportsmanship. Thank you for wiping it up and helping. I said, no problems, Lieutenant Governor. I said, it's just the Democrats clean up the Republicans' mess once again. And I actually did say that. So that wasn't on camera. So about 2 weeks later, we're actually traveling, and we're going to, this day I think we were going to Janesville and Beloit. And we got a call from the Greta Van Susteren show. So they said, Lieutenant Governor Clayfish and we want you both on a joint appearance, again, kind of part 2 of the Mike Goucher show. We're going to do on Fox News, which is national. Greta Van Susteren, I think, comes on at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And I said right away, like, yeah, we'll do it. Well, my staff's like, whoa. You don't just say okay to Greta Van Susteren. It's going to be, it's kind of her deal. You'll be kind of, they're not going to let you talk much. I said, hey, I don't mind. We can take our message anywhere. Whether it be Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, doesn't matter. We don't have to be on a friendly channel to talk about the truth, right? So after thoughtful deliberation, the staff says, okay, we'll do it. So we call back the Greta Van Susteren producer and say, okay, Mahlon's in. Where do we got to be? They said, well, we need you at Milwaukee, wherever, at 3 o'clock. So we said, fine, we'll be there on Thursday. Well, we get a call back like 45 minutes later, and they said, well, Greta Van Susteren show calls us back and says, well, now Lieutenant Governor Clayfish has pulled out. So I'm thinking, now I'm not the smartest guy there is, but I'm thinking that they thought that we were going to say no. So then she could go on a show and say, well, my opponent doesn't want to come here and talk about the truth. Well, so she said, well, we'll do is a separate appearance. So she actually went on before I did, and I was able to disrepute her. So I think they're a little bit nervous right now. And I think they're a little bit scared. Last story. We're going from Kenosha we're going to Racine to Kenosha to Sheboygan about a week ago. And we're running late like we always do, unfortunately. And running a little bit late. We passed this car, and on the sticker of the car it says, Scott Walker, what's not to like? And I'm looking at him like, wow, somebody really loves him. And I'm looking at the sticker, and then I look at the car, it's a Maserati. Which we all know Maserati costs, 90. Anybody here drive a Maserati? Al, you got a Maserati? Oh, nobody? Well, Maserati costs, I believe, between $90,000 to $120,000, $130,000, no matter which, depending on which one you get. So I was thinking, I'm like, now, first of all, if I were driving a Maserati, I would love Scott Walker too, right? Because we know that he's buddying up with billionaires, and he loves the rich corporations and the millionaires. But if I were driving a Maserati, I wouldn't put anybody's bumper sticker on it. I mean, are you kidding me? A bumper sticker on it? I wouldn't put my own bumper sticker on it. But anyway, we made our announcement March 19th about, 2.5 months ago now, and it's been a crazy, crazy time. We're trying to hit all 72 counties. It's not over yet. And we've been all over across the state in just a week, and just 3 days ago, in 2 days, we went from Madison, where I early voted, to La Crosse, to Chippewa Falls, to Green Bay, or to Wausau, to Green Bay, Eau Claire, Appleton, and then we ended up in Milwaukee, and that's where we've been camped out for the last week and a half, 3 or 4 days. But it's been quite the journey. And we go all across the state, and we get the same message from the majority of the people. And that is to get rid of Scott Walker and Lieutenant Governor Clayfish. And we have to do that. It is imperative that we do that. Because right now we live in a time where decent American values are being trumped by political and corporate interests. We live in a time where people like Scott Walker are taking necessities from the many and giving luxuries to the few. But more importantly, we live in a time where a lot of bad politicians are being put in office by good people who don't vote. So the get out the vote effort right now is the most important thing that we can do. And canvassing, talking to your friends, talking to your neighbors is what we have to do in order to win this thing. There is no doubt in my mind that this is close. Anywhere we go, any municipality we go in the state, you see a Barrett Mitchell sign on one side and I stand with Scott Walker on the other. Even in my street, Madison, where I live. I have our signs obviously in my front of my yard and 2 doors down where my kid plays with my neighbor's son. He's got I stand with Walker. So we have to realize that this is going to be close, and we cannot let up until tomorrow at 8:01 p.m. because that's when the polls close. So we got to do whatever we do to bring somebody to the polls. I think we got 2 arms for a reason: one to bring ourselves to the polls, and one to bring somebody else with us. So we have to do that. Because this fight definitely has national ramifications. We have been called just today in the last couple of days by CNN, obviously MSNBC. We'll be on the Ed Show again tonight. A joint appearance. It'll be a joint appearance with Mayor Barrett and myself so that we win this thing. Ed is actually in Madison for the next 2 days. But the national cameras are coming. Media is coming. So we got to win this thing. We have to win it. So let's get out there. Let's get it done. Who all here has done some canvassing or some lit drops? Everybody should have their hand up in the air. Everybody on Wednesday morning should be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I did all I can do. No matter what happens, we should be able to look in the mirror and say, I've done all I can do to win. I've done all I can do to take our state back. And if you can't do that, I honestly got to say shame on you, because this is a total battle for all of us. Because we're not going to have the money they have. Scott Walker has raised over $30 million. In the last 7 months. My opponent has raised almost $800,000 since the reporting requirement came out. So we're not going to have their money. But if this were about money, we already lost. But this is not about money. This is about the people and the citizens of our state. So we have to come together and win this thing in the end. So it's not too late. It's not too late to volunteer. It's not too late to get out there and talk to your neighbors. It's not too late for get out to vote. That's a very important effort. So I don't know if there's somebody here that is getting people to sign up, but we need to sign up and get out there, hit the streets, even if it's for an hour, even if it's only for 30 minutes. It works. It helps. I know you're in Washington County. I know there's a lot of Republicans out there. But we'll forgive them for that.
Don't see any now.
But there are people out there that, believe it or not, that there are some undecided. There are definitely some people, a lot of people that are not going to go to the polls. So those are the people we're trying to get out. That's why they call it Get Out to Vote, GOTV. So let's get out there. Let's hit the streets. Let's finish strong. We're going to finish strong. We're in West Bend right now. We're actually headed to Racine to come back to Milwaukee for another event and to go somewhere else. And we're hitting it again tomorrow morning very early. So we're not stopping. And I always use the term that we haven't stopped since we started. My staff's like, what the heck does that mean? I don't know, but I like it. We've been with Jesse Jackson for the last day and a half, and everything he says rhymes, so I'm starting to get that. I had to start making up my own stuff, you know. But I got a question for you. I got a question for every one of you, and I want you to say it with firm conviction, like you really mean it, because you should mean it. Are you ready to win this battle?
Yes!
Are you ready to win this fight?
Yes!
Are you with Tom Barrett?
Yes!
Are you with Mahlon Mitchell?
Yes!
Are you ready to win?
Yes!
Are you ready to fight?
Yes!
Because we got to go out there and get them. We have the fierce urgency of now, as they say, to choose community over chaos. And we have to go out there and bring it to them. Are you ready?
Yes!
Are you ready?
Yes!
A wise man once said that the cure to the ills of democracy is more democracy. So come tomorrow, June 5th, we got to bring in more democracy. We got to bring somebody else with us. Are you ready?
Yes!
Are you ready?
Yes!
Because this is a fight. Guaranteed this is a fight, but it's a fight that they started, but if it's a fight they want, it's a fight they're going to get. And we got to bring it to them. We got to be ready, armed, and equipped for the battle. Now, are you with me?
Yes!
Are you with me?
Yes!
And we got to bring everything to the game, like they used to say back in the old days, money, marbles, and chalk, and everything it takes to play. And we will prevail, because we must prevail. It has national implications, but more important, it's about the citizens of the state of Wisconsin. Now, are you with me?
Yes!
Are you with me?
Yes!
Our resolve has to be stronger, our pain has to last longer, and our passion has to run deeper. Because we have to win this fight. We are Wisconsin. Are you with me?
Yes!
Are you with me?
Yes!
Because this is about our kids. This is about our grandkids. But more importantly, this is about justice. And this is about history. And I guarantee you, when this is all said and done, we will be on the right side of justice, and we will be on the right side of history. Solidarity, brothers and sisters. Now let's go get them.
Yes!